Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Dear students, today we are going to learn 10th English lesson 1.2 and the title of the lesson is An Encounter of a Special Kind. So first of all, we have to know the meaning of the word encounter. What is meant by encounter? Encounter. Dear students, when somebody attacks us, at that time we have to face with that person or with that animal to save ourselves. We have to fight with that person to save ourselves. That is called an encounter of a special kind. Kind means type. Here in this lesson there is an encounter of a special kind, or here there is one big monkey and that monkey has attacked a little monkey, and writer has fought with that big monkey to save that small monkey. So it is called an encounter or facing somebody. Now let's start the lesson. My father was a medical professional working for a private company in Raniganj in West Bengal. Now, writer is telling us his story. My father was a medical professional. Writer is telling that his father of writer, was a medical professional. Professional means businessman. His father was working in one company, one private company, and that was medical company. And this company was in a city named Raniganj. And this Raniganj city is in West Bengal. West Bengal is the name of a state. In West Bengal, there is a city. The name of that city is Raniganj, and writer's father was working in that company. The officers of the company were housed in individual bungalows inside a large campus. And there was a large campus. There was a large area, and in that area the company had made houses for workers, for officers, and company had provided them individual house, their own house, and writer's father was living in one of those bungalows, in one of those houses. Our house was in a corner of the campus, and the campus was very big, and writer's house was in one corner of that campus, of that area. In one corner writer had his house. The officers club was adjacent to the boundary wall of our garden, and officers club means office. Officer's office was adjacent means nearby to the boundary wall of our garden. Writer had garden in front of his house, and to the border of that garden's wall there was office. Beside his garden there was office of that company. The compound was luxurious with green grass, colorful flowers, and a host of tall and majestic trees. And near the compound of the garden of writer, there was greenery, there was green grass, there were trees of flowers, there was green grass, there were trees of flowers, and there were some other trees also, and the garden was looking very beautiful because of those trees. The seasonal vegetables in the kitchen gardens of the households and the magnificent trees constantly attracted squirrels and many species of birds. And in the garden of writer there were many vegetables. They had planted vegetables in their garden, and there were other trees also. That's why squirrels used to come in that garden, and with squirrels, many other birds also used to come there. A group of langurs had even made their den. Den means house, cave. Den means cave or house in an aswatha tree nearby. And in that garden there was aswatha tree. The aswatha tree was very big, very thick, and so there were langurs. Langurs means monkeys. There were monkeys, and those monkeys had made their house, had made den in that tree. They had all become a part and parcel of our existence and daily life. And writer says that these birds, these animals, these squirrels, monkeys, langurs, all of them had become the part and parcel, means inseparable part. Part and parcel means inseparable part of their life. A small incident on a Saturday afternoon left a profound effect on me and unfolded before my eyes a whole new dimension to the wonders of God's creation. A small incident on a Saturday afternoon. And now writer is going to tell us the incident which happened there. Writer says that on that day it was Saturday and the time was afternoon, and on that afternoon one incident happened there, one thing happened there, and that thing gave information about the nature, gave information about the creation of God. This nature is created by God, and writer came to know one more thing about the nature, about the creation of God. It was a few days into the puja vacation, and there is a festival in West Bengal. There is goddess festival. That festival is called puja, and for puja there are vacation to schools, there are holidays to school because of that festival, and so a writer had holidays. Just like for any other child, the holidays provided an opportunity for me to become engrossed in various magazines and storybooks published specially for children in the festive season. And when we have vacation, when we have holidays, at that time we have no study, we have no school, we have no tuition classes. That's why students have free time. And in free time, students read books, storybooks, or the books in which they are interested. In the same way, writer was reading some storybook. After a hearty lunch, my parents and my younger sisters lay down for an afternoon nap, and I settled down with a storybook. And writer says that on that Saturday at noon time we take lunch. Writer's parents, mother and father, and his sisters, they took heavy lunch, means they ate a lot. They ate stomach fill, and after eating they went to have nap, means to have sleep, and all of them were enjoying their sleep. But what was the writer doing? Writer was engrossed. Engrossed means he was busy in reading a storybook. He was reading a book. That book was a storybook. He was engrossed in his reading. The quiet afternoon presented the perfect backdrop for reading an adventure story, and he was reading adventure story, a story of brave people, brave person. He was reading that story, and the atmosphere was very quiet. So The atmosphere was perfect for reading. There was silence, no noise. There was no disturbance while reading. The silence was occasionally broken by the sound of my family snoring, and his family members were enjoying their sleep, and some of them were snoring. People make big sound while sleeping. Sound of breathing, big sound of breathing, that is called snoring. And this snoring was creating disturbance for the writer. The intermittent chirping of house sparrows, the harsh cawing of a crow, the shrill call of a kite flying high above the ground, and there were some birds, sparrows, they were chirping, they were twittering, and there were some crows, they also were cawing, there were some kite, they also were making noise, and some of the animals in the nature, they were making sound, they were making noise, and that also creating problems for writers for his concentration in reading. Minutes ticked by. Minutes ticked by means went by. Time went by. Time was passing. Time was going. I became deeply absorbed in the book. And now writer was deeply absorbed means engaged, engrossed. He was busy in reading his book. Suddenly I heard a group of street dogs barking furiously in the distance, and suddenly writer heard the sound of dogs barking outside. They were street dogs and they were barking, they were making noise outside. I chose to ignore the commotion, thinking that the pack of dogs might have cornered a hapless pig. Hapless means helpless. And writer thought that there will be a group of dogs and they may have cornered, they may have caught helpless pig and they will be attacking the pig. That's why writer decided to neglect that thing. But soon the barking became louder and more aggressive, and the alarmed cawing of a flock of crows added to the cacophony. But soon the barking became louder. But after some time, the sound of barking dogs became louder and more aggressive, and the alarmed cawing of a flock of crows added to the cacophony. The sound of dogs barking was increasing, and the sound of crows cawing also increasing. Crows also were making big sound. I also heard the disturbance approaching closer, and now writer was listening to that sound, and that sound was coming closer. Initially it was at some distance, but now it was coming close and close to the house of writer. Curiosity got the better of me, and now the writer was curious to know what was happening there. Leaving the book aside, I rushed to the veranda to see what was going on. Now writer left his book and he came out of his house, he came in the porch, he came in veranda to see what was happening outside his house. I glanced towards the roof of the clubhouse and saw something horrible. Now there was clubhouse office of the company, and writer looked on the terrace of that clubhouse and he saw something there, and whatever he saw, it was horrible, it was dangerous. A big male langur, apparently the leader of its group, was holding a baby langur in his hands and mercilessly biting it all over with a definite intent to kill. There was a big langur, and that big langur had caught small langur, and he was biting that small langur, and his intention was to kill that baby langur. The helpless mother of the baby and other lesser members of the langur group were scattered on the roofs of the buildings nearby, watching the baby being killed. And the mother of the baby was there, and other monkeys from that group also were there. They were scattered, they were spread on the terrace, and they were only looking at that coral. They were not trying to save that baby. They had not daring to fight with that big langur. So only they were looking at the fight. They were only looking at the attack. I recall the terrible custom in the animal clan. Clan means family, according to which a dominant male usually does not allow another male, baby or adult to survive within its group. And now writer remember one thing, one rule of the lifestyle of monkeys, that there is rule. Big male langur does not allow another male langur to live in that group, though that is adult male or that is a baby male. He does not allow another male langur, another male monkey to live in the group. There is one group of monkeys, and in that group there is one male and other are females. And writer thought that this big langur was male and that baby also was male, and that's why this big male had attacked that baby male. Without losing any time, I gathered a stout stick in one hand and hurled a piece of stone at the marauding langur. Without losing any time, and writer did not waste time now. I gathered a stout stick. He took a strong stick in one hand and hurled means throw, a piece of stone at the marauding langur. Marauding means attacking, that big langur. Writer took a stick in his one hand to protect himself, and by other hand he took a stone and he threw it on that big langur. The langur was so infuriated. Infuriated means angry. That monkey was so angry that it hardly took any notice of my assault. Assault means attack. It was not paying attention towards the attack of the writer, and he was fully engrossed in killing that baby. But then I started throwing more stones. Then writer started throwing more stones. The dogs on their part raised their pitch of cry. The dogs on their part raised their pitch of cry. Now the dogs increased their sound of barking. The changed circumstances and the sudden unexpected attack from unknown quarters forced the langur to drop the baby from the sloping roof over the veranda. And now that big male langur saw that somebody was attacking him. That's why he left the baby langur down. There was a roof and the roof was sloping. He left that baby on the slope. The baby was listless. Listless means powerless, energyless, and appeared to be dead. Now the baby was looking as if it was dead. It was no more. As its baby started to slide down, the excitement of the pack of dogs grew manifold at the prospect of a good kill and meal. Now the baby was coming down. It was sliding down, and there were dogs, and they were waiting when the baby comes down. And when the baby will come down, they had to attack it. They had to tear it and eat it. So they were excited, they were happy. Keeping the dogs at bay with the stick, I managed to catch hold of the baby langour's tail just as it tipped over the edge of the tiled roof. Now, baby came down. Writer took a stick in his one hand and he kept the dogs away from the baby. He caught the tail of that baby and lifted it. The baby appeared inert and lifeless. The baby was looking inert, energyless, and lifeless. It was looking as if it was dead. It was indeed a male baby, and when writer saw it, really it was male baby, and the guess of the writer was right. Why that big langur had attacked this baby. Dear students, we will continue our remaining lesson. We have completed half the lesson, and remaining half lesson we will continue it tomorrow. If you like my video, please like it, share it, comment on it, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. Thanks a lot.